Putin pulls Russia out of U.S. nuclear treaty, putting world at risk of World War III. Russia has suspended the Cold War-era Intermediate-Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, INF, less than 24 hours after the U.S. temporarily pulled out of it, blaming Washington for waiving international liabilities and sending shockwaves around the globe. The world looks on the brink of a new worldwide conflict following the shocking tit-for-tat move taken by Russia. Its president, Vladimir Putin, announced the Kremlin's decision of suspending the INF on Saturday morning, one day after his U.S. counterpart Donald Trump did the same. Mr. Putin said, "Our American partners announced that they are suspending their participation in the treaty, and we are suspending it too. All of our proposals in this sphere, as before, remain on the table. The doors for talks are open." Mr. Putin also said Russia will start work on creating new missiles, including hypersonic ones, and told his ministers not to initiate disarmament talks with Washington. The Russian president continued, "We have repeatedly, during a number of years, and constantly raised a question about substantive talks on the disarmament issue, notably, on all the aspects. We see that in the past few years the partners have not supported our initiatives." The treaty, signed in 1987 by Ronald Reagan and the president of the then new USSR Mikhail Gorbachev, banned all nuclear and non-nuclear missiles with short and medium ranges. But yesterday Mr. Trump's administration said Washington was suspending the treaty for 6 months. Launching a blistering attack, the Kremlin, the U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo argued Russia has breached the INF multiple times, which pushed the U.S. to temporarily pull out of it. He said, "If Russia does not return to full and verifiable compliance with the treaty within this 6-month period by verifiably destroying its INF-violating missiles, their launchers, and associated equipment, the treaty will terminate." But this move sparked the opposite reaction from Russia, which has denied violating the INF Accord, and triggered its suspension as well. On Friday night, the Kremlin said it was reserving the right to be able to react to Washington's actions. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said during an interview with the 60 Minutes program on the Russia 1 television channel, Moscow reserves the right to a corresponding reactions and response measures following the U.S. withdrawal from the INF treaty. Naturally, it will be done. As a matter of fact, it is only a part of America's general concept of breaking down and abandoning a great number of international agreements. So, it is not about Russia's guilt of violating this treaty, it is not about China or any other factor of international security. It is about the United States' strategy of waiving international liabilities in various spheres. The European members of the NATO rushed to back the U.S., according to the alliance's Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg, who reiterated Russia has breached the treaty multiple times. He told the BBC, "All European allies agree with the United States because Russia has violated the treaty for several years. They are deploying more and more of the new nuclear-capable missiles in Europe."